An organization I know well is experiencing that. The new management brought in some harsh measures to lift the profits, and the diaspora got underway immediately. The best people were soon safely ensconced in their rivals' organizations, taking the long-held client relationships with them. The organization, which had been a profit machine, is now falling apart. Konnichiwa and welcome to the Leadership Plan Series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. And much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. Today's show is brought to you by the Leadership Training for Managers course. Every organization needs more and better leadership. This course enables you to achieve that aim. In addition to all the solid leadership subjects, it also has an innovation project built into it, so it really provides high value, hosted in-house or send people to our public programs. If you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get our free goal-setting blueprint 2.0 plus over 450 free videos, 350 blogs, truckloads of white papers and guidebooks, plus much more in the way of free goodies at our website, japan.dalecarnegie.com, so check it out. I do 3 weekly podcasts, and if you have an interest in presentations, search for the Presentations Japan series on iTunes, and if you're interested in sales, then the Sales Japan series also on iTunes. Today's handy Japanese phrase is, may I bother you for a minute? Ojikan itadakimasu ka? May I get some time from you? Ojikan itadakimasu ka? May I interrupt? Ojikan itadakimasu ka? May I bother you for a minute? Ojikan itadakimasu ka? Ojikan itadakimasu ka? This is episode number 188, and today we are talking about buying people. When we buy a company, we are buying the people, and all the assets, plant and equipment come with them, rather than the other way around. The due diligence gets done, the books are looked at carefully for any signs of cooking, hidden debts, secret undertakings, compliance and regulatory issues are scrutinized. The people part, however, is given a once-over lightly look because this is much harder to do thoroughly than the other investigations. HR can tell us a lot about the structure of the pay arrangements, who are the high potentials, previous performance review results, and the current staffing levels. Gauging staff productivity, however, is much more obtuse. The silly part, though, is that is exactly what we are buying, staff productivity. Often the perceived productivity gap is fixed by firing staff to reduce costs and at the same time drive the leaders to push the team harder for higher revenues. This scenario usually doesn't happen straight away. It takes time to get a sense of how things work, who are the A players, etc. At the point of purchase, though, it is very hard to know these things. So having paid the money and received the company, how can the staff be engaged? They have loyalty to the old regime and people. As we know, if the handover is not done well, the first out the door are the good people. They are quick to go because they have options and can easily find another job. Recruiters get very excited when there is an acquisition because they know they will pick up some good quality candidates fleeing the carnage. The top 20% of any organization will be producing 80% of all the good things we wanted when we bought the company. The transition has to be handled well or we will lose the best people. The key producers have to be identified quickly and what they want ascertained to ensure they remain deaf to the siren calls of the recruiters. These early conversations are vital and need to be authentic. People can spot spin very quickly in these tense times. In short order, expect there will be a swarm of recruiter worker bees buzzing around the organisation, so there is plenty of temptation for insiders to depart. Once key people leave, the others remaining worry. Those who left know something everyone else doesn't know. Rumours fill the vacuum if there are not great efforts to control the narrative of the changeover and bright future at the firm. An organisation I know well is experiencing that. The new management brought in some harsh measures to lift the profits, and the diaspora got underway immediately. The best people were soon safely ensconced in their rivals' organisations, taking the long-held client relationships with them. The organisation, which had been a profit machine, is now falling apart. Those who are not in the top group are often rapidly disenfranchised once the firings start. They cannot gauge when their turn for the chop will come, and they don't have super confidence to find another good job, so they spend all of their time worrying and trying to foster the appearance of work. They rapidly become brilliant yes men and women trying to survive. Their focus is on internal organisational politics and trying to find protectors. The existing, finely balanced internal order breaks down as people leave, new people are brought in, and the zero-sum game triggers old rivalries and battles between divisions and individuals. The whole focus shifts off the competitors out in the market to fighting with internal rivals. The client or customer is now a long way down the list of interests. The concept of investing in people is not well developed in these situations. The HR team are engrossed in the amalgamation process, and everything else is suspended until the mechanics are completed. When they do finally come up for air, they are asked to nominate who can go to reduce the duplication across the common functions. Next come the firings, and that saps the energy, spirit and job satisfaction of the HR team as they terminate colleagues of many years standing. At the end, the HR team gets the same medicine because they are also duplicated in their roles. After all this disruption, the develop the people part has been lost. If a fund has bought the business, then there is little appetite to invest in the people. They are looking to get their money back as soon as possible and flip the business. The people get run harder, the numbers get a lift, and when the profit graph lines are tracking propitiously, the business is put back on the market. What about the people? They are there to produce results, not receive development funding. If talent is needed, new people are brought in rather than trying to develop those inside. We hear a lot about people are our greatest asset, all of our key resources go down the elevator every night, etc. A lot of the time it is theory and not practice. When we acquire a new business, we are literally buying the people. Treating people as disposable assets kills the spirit of the organisation, and you can only engage people so far through fear. The innovation and creativity bits go into hibernation as people struggle to eke out their existence inside the machine. The damage is long-term as well because the trust has been destroyed. The lesson is that if you are buying an existing business, realize you are buying the productivity of the team. This is made up of their engagement levels and their creativity commitment to see the firm do well. This is the classic hearts and minds requirement. Short-term thinking is a game changer for the worse, and a better approach would be to invest in the people already there. Show them they are valued, that the organisation is proud of them, and that the enemy is without, not within. Focus the energy on serving the company's clients and on beating the competitors. The amount of money required to do this is actually a peanut. The return, though, is vastly different, and the true value of the enlarged enterprise can be better realised. This is what we actually bought. If we really believe that people do make a difference, then we need to have a people-first orientation rather than a human asset view of dealing with our team. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series, and we hope you enjoyed today's show, brought to you by the Leadership Training for Managers course. As mentioned, if you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Also, remember to access your Dale Carnegie training free reports, white papers, guidebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus a whole truckload of great stuff. It's all over there at japan.dalecarnegie.com, and it's free. Check out my other podcast, the Presentations Japan series and the Sales Japan series on iTunes. Our next episode, we will cover Get Ready for Your Productivity Nosedive.